This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
Hey, good evening. Welcome to Halas Hall Report. With me tonight, of course, a guy who never has an opinion about anything Bears or football related. Being too cool for school like a Lions fan, it's Woody. Good evening, Woody.
Fantastic. And yourself?
Good, man. Just wife, I swear she's trying to kill me with this whole house project we've had going on. Transformation of our backyard over the last week and a half. But it's almost done. You ready to enjoy some hot tub time after this, man? 41 yards of concrete, fences, RV, overhangs, gutters, you name it. It's almost done.
At least the birds aren't building a goddamn nest in your dryer vent.
I know. I do have to build a 8x10 metal shed though, so we'll see if we don't kill each other doing that. Because last time we built the shed, we had some words. Isn't that how it works when you build something with the wife? There's always words.
Yeah.
At some point, like, how do you do this? And you're like, it's the first time I've ever done this. I know as much as you do.
That's YouTube.
This isn't like a car where I have innate ability to know where I'm going, right? No matter what. Stop for directions. Just another street up. That's how the off season feels right now, doesn't it? I mean, the only news even semi Bears related was Tariq Cohen, former Bear, got signed by the Jets to return kicks. I mean, look, his one good year was what, 2018? So since then he got hurt in 19, was out all of 19, 20 didn't do jack. I don't know where he's even been the last couple years. And the Jets signed him. And you know what's funny? He's played for 2 or 3 other teams, but when they did the post about how you got signed, right? The national sports media posted him in the Bears 100 jersey. It's like, okay.
Yeah, he was doing that for us. He was doing that split out, going right down the left side of the field. Doink. But
I mean,
with this new kickoff rule, don't be surprised he gets some touchdowns for the Jets this year.
I mean, if he's healthy and with new rule, I mean, it might not be a risky signing. I'm sure he cost in the league minimum or somewhere abouts. I mean, heck, Woody, they could almost sign the two of us to do it. And we'd
Absolutely.
probably be okay.
That quarterback again, 13 years. I'll do it all over again.
Yeah, we probably won't drop as many balls. I don't know.
I won't get either, probably.
But, does that mean Velus Jones possibly has a spot on this roster because of the new rule?
Yeah, I mean, like I said before, he gave us some good field position last year, but you got to keep him on special teams. I mean, he had some yards on the end around he always does, nice blocking out front, but stick with him with special teams.
Yeah, that I thought Mike had texted, but no, it's just family. They can wait. They're not as important as this show, damn it. But I mean, I hope they don't. I hope we stop with the cheesy end arounds. If we're gonna do end arounds, let's use Rome. Let's use DJ. Let's split a wide receiver out and have them do it. I don't know, just something different. Because when you bring Velus Jones in, everyone knows, okay, end around.
Yeah, it's going in.
Yeah, they know what it's going to be.
I want to get back to those trick plays when we had Cohen. They were doing trick plays left and right with, him double reverse and shit like that. But he had speed. But like I said, Velus Jones, he had some fumbling issues. So
you think we'll see that from Shane? You think we'll see Shane Waldron get into the trick bag a little bit this year?
Who knows? I mean, I seen the offense in Seattle. It was just run and gun. They were pass first, run second. So hopefully, I mean, with the weapons that we have on offense, you never know. It might be pass first, run second, but we won't know until week 1.
So last night I was on Prim and Proper with Sonia, and she asked me, does this feel strange that you're an offensive first team and not a defense? And I'm like, well, we still have a really, really good defense. Just right now, everyone's paying so much attention to the offense because this is probably the most stacked offense on paper, at least, that probably you or I have ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the Cutler, Marshall, Jeffrey Forte Clark combo was pretty good, but it wasn't as deep.
No.
Than this. That'd be a good second. I mean, they were second overall in offense that year and last in defense. Because Urlacher had done retired, and poor Lance Briggs like, well, shoot, not much you here. I'm just going to retire after this season.
Well, I do miss the defense we used to have because defense back then won championships, and that mishap with Reggie Wayne in the Super Bowl in 2006, that's what
that's cost it. That completely abandoning the run game after midway through the second quarter when Jones got hurt, and I don't trust Cedric Benson. Well, don't have to trust him, just at least make it look like you're going to use him, Lovey. That's why I never liked Lovey as a head coach, because that was his best offense. His entire tenure was that year, and they were ranked 15th.
Yep.
I was like, I mean, I don't know. I told her, though, it didn't bug me because we still have a really, really good defense. In fact, our defense, after the Montez Sweat trade, is immeasurably better. It's a top 5 defense probably in this league coming into the year. And the fact that the offense is that low, this is a really Caleb Williams, which I know you don't like. But if he's what the national media pundits say he is, and placed even 3/4 of that potential, the NFC North's in trouble. The league is in trouble.
Yeah.
Because with this defense and all the weapons he has, and if he's 3/4 of what they say is, that means everyone's going to get fed. And if he struggles a little bit, he's got a great running back room to pick him up. He's got great tight end safety nets to pick him up. It'll be weird to see a Bears team that can dominate you on both sides of the ball, theoretically.
Well, I think with this offense and Caleb Williams coming in, it's not going to be the mistakes on coaching. It's going to be all on him because there is not a dead spot. I would say still, I'm questioning the center position, still questioning that. But with the weapons we have, running backs, everything, it's all on him, and we'll see.
And of course, hey, here's a comment from actually a dear friend, but has no Super Bowl trophies. You got to leave it to a Vikings fan. We've heard this every year. Yawn. No, Rob, you haven't. The Bears have never come into a season with an offense stacked like this, ever. That either Woody or I dare you to find an offense that's as stacked as this Bears offense is. You can't even say the 85 Bears because you had McKinnon, okay, not a bad receiver. You had Galt, who was just literally a track star that converted to playing football after he missed out on the Olympics. And you had Walter and Matsui. And after that, they had a good O-line, pretty decent O-line, but Jim McMahon wasn't exactly Patrick Mahomes or Tom Brady-esque.
No, that was all defense.
What's Jason? Get the
nail
ball
polish. Yeah, well, I don't care. He could paint his nails all he wants. If he wins, better off, but we'll see.
Office Max is stacked on paper. Hey, they're just as stacked on paper and hopes and dreams as you are at Super Bowl trophies there, Rob. Because you have a grand total of how many? I'll wait. He'll say 0. I mean, let me put it this way, Rob. this offense isn't. We have not had a Bears offense with this many proven commodities on it, because your 2 of the 3 receivers are proven number 1 receivers. The running backs are all proven on one to some degree or another with high levels of success. The tight ends have proved to have high success. Your question marks would be Rome Odunze, your number 9 overall pick. Arguably, some said he was the best in the draft. Some say Marvin Harrison Jr. Just depends on what side you fall on. Caleb Williams was the overall consensus number 1 pick, best quarterback prospect. We've seen the draft, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I know how that goes. So, yeah, I mean, but then again, hey, look, you got Sam Darnold, Rob.
Oh, boy.
You got Sam. You got Darnold.
But I was saying, though, Minnesota, though, they, Osborne, Jefferson, Addison, Hawkinson, they got a stacked wide receiver, tight end core as well. So
this whole division's stacked at wide receiver, tight end. I mean, think about it. The Packers. If you went tight ends 1 to 4, 1, 2, and 3, it's kind of like ooh, you know what I'm saying? Because it's Kmet, Hawkinson, or Laporta. Any given Sunday.
I'm sorry, but I got to put Laporta in front. That he's very
he had a
special.
Beastly year.
He's special.
Yeah, and Hawkinson had some down years. Kmet's had some down years, but Kmet had a big year last year. Hawkinson was good till he got hurt. Okay, and then Green Bay.
Rob, come on. Hey, Rob, come on.
Yeah, Rob, why don't you just come on the show?
Bud. Come on.
I think they're stacked at running well, they're not as stacked. Your wide receiving room is not as deep. Your running back room is not as deep, but you're still stacked. You got 2 phenomenal wide receivers, which is 1 more than most teams have. In some cases, 2 more than most teams have. At the running back position, you've got a phenomenal running back in Aaron Jones, but after that, I think you might be you're pretty decent. And after a Hawk, though, I mean, dude, you've got the guy who's been on every team in the NFC North. So, and you didn't do so hot in Chicago last year, but Minnesota's got a really good defense. I mean, they're going to be good. So
we'll see how Dallas Turner does. I'm interested in seeing how is he going to work out like Aiden Hutchinson? We'll see.
Did you see when Kwesi told what's his name, the head coach there for Minnesota?
I thought it was Eli Manning getting drafted. What? I don't want to go there.
And he goes, Turner, are you serious? Like, yeah, I'm getting you Turner. Are you serious? Like, oh my God! Like right now he's the favorite to win Defensive Rookie of the Year. The Vegas favorite for Offensive Rookie of the Year is Woody's favorite quarterback, Caleb Williams.
Yeah, of course.
But Minnesota is going to be interesting. It's interesting that people are talking about our offense and not our defense. That's a little strange for me, man. I'm used to people talking about our defense.
It's like Chicago getting a dome. It's not.
But see, that I can understand. But see, that I can kind of understand. Hold on a second. What's Rob's excuse? I'm finishing up roofing right now. I would pop in.
Mike's working with.
Yeah, Mike's on a roof too. Are you guys on a roof together?
Jesus, flat roof.
Collusion, maybe. I don't know. But I mean, I understand getting a dome because business-wise, a dome makes a lot of sense, right? You can host WWE WrestleMania events. You can host concerts in the winter, and the value of the team goes double to what it is now. If they build in Arlington Heights and put the dome with the hotels and the restaurants and everything else, I mean, you basically double the value. It'll be the most expensive franchise in football. They'll surpass Dallas at that point. So I understand that. It's hard for me to grasp people talking about Bears offense and not Bears defense.
Yep.
Because that's what we're known for is our defense. And now people are talking about our offense like, oh man, your offense. Like, we got a defense too, man.
Yeah. And if we all gel together, like I said, our defense, is going to be, hopefully hyped on what they are, what they're supposed to be. But I think the goal is that we got to keep the defense off the field so much. We had problems with that last couple of years. Defense gets tired. They start blowing coverages, giving up points. If this offense can score points each time, I don't want to get in a shootout every game,
right?
But if our offense keeps scoring when they, lot when we have the ball, coming from behind if we have to, because I'm used to when the Bears are losing, mid third quarter, we don't come back. We'll see.
Hey, welcome to the show, Ron. Happy to have you here. Woody, I agree. That's a big problem. Like the defense problems we had last year was they were on the field too damn much and got wore down. I'm hoping with this offense we lower the amount of 3 and outs. I'm fine if it's 7, 8 plays and out and flip some field position type stuff. Like that was the other problem. It'd be 3 and out and then give them the ball on their 40, 45 or on our side of the field because of our ranked 28th in the league punter. So I mean, between drafting a punter who just has by all intents and purposes was the MVP for Iowa's offense last year, and then giving the defense a chance to really get after him if you can pin them, and then keeping him off the field for an extra. I mean, think about it. If you go, let's say instead of 3 and outs, you're doing 9 and outs, and that's a lot of time that your defense is staying off the field just by staying off the field 5, 6 extra plays. That's a big deal.
We were a high rank last year, scoring on the first drive of the game, but then we just take a fucking shit the rest of the game.
Yeah, last year we were really good at that because the first 15 plays are scripted, and we were good for the script. And after the script,
nope,
they couldn't. It was like you or I probably would have had a better chance of calling plays at that point.
Yeah. Oh, give me a mic, man. Give me the headphones. Give me everything. Give me this clipboard. I'll be the next Matt LaFleur with our offense.
Man, I hate to give that man credit, but
yeah, dude, bringing that young team to the first ever youngest team to win a playoff game. You got to give the guy props, man. Got to give him props. He's a hell of a coach.
And the thing about that with LaFleur is, it's going to be interesting to see how they are this year because he will. I mean, his sheer coaching ability created those opportunities, and then credit to his players for executing and take advantage of it. I'm just wondering what year 2 is going to like that. Bear down Mike, who's waiting on a tow truck. I think he says one of the top teams.
In the message, you said he's going to change his own spark plugs right on scene.
Well, we might never see him again. He might spark himself to death. But
good luck, good luck, bear down, Mike. Hope everything works out.
Yeah, Mike. If not, hey, Woody can probably get you a new ride. So
yeah, come on over, man. I'm only where's he from? He's from Chicago, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he's Peoria. He's
okay,
south.
12-hour drive. Come on, I'll give you a good deal.
Hop a plane. Let me see what we got here. Caleb was bad against the Bears secondary. Yeah,
here we go.
Well, no, look at Rondo isn't wrong though. Our secondary is very good. And I know that you're like, and I look at for me it's OTAs. I think it's a good thing if he's bad right now. To be honest with you, he's in Bloomington. Okay, he's in Bloomington, so he's by ISU.
All right, just Google my address. I'm the Allentown, Pennsylvania area.
So I'd rather Caleb be crappy right now, playing against one of the better secondaries in the league, learning the speed of the game, what he can and can't get away with, that he can maybe get away with it at SC. This is a learning time. This is when you want him to be making mistakes and having a tough time against our secondary. Look at if he was having a hard time against last year's Lions secondary, that's one thing. This Bears secondary is really damn good. So
but
I don't mind.
Don't you think our receivers are better?
They are. But
I understand. I was talking to you on the chat and stuff about OTAs and it's only OTAs and stuff like that. Listen, if I'm a rookie quarterback, number 1 picked, and I'm going to OTAs, I'm shining.
Yeah, but you know what else though, Woody? I like that we're getting this. Look at the Packer fans and the Lions fans and the Rob Haspels. Oh, look, your number 1 pick sucks. Cool, man. keep downplaying this offense so we get to the regular season. I like that it slows the hype train down. That's not all roses. Oh my God, he's so awesome. Everything is going great. I love that you're hitting this. He's having some struggles at OTAs. I like that because he's going to overcome that through OTAs and camp and be better for it. So for me, I think OTAs, last year, Woody, you and I both, oh my God, Chase is killing it. We're going to be awesome with Claypool and DJ Moore. Remember, we were both like losing our heads. And then what happened? They broke camp and Claypool where was he, man? Traded. That's where he was.
Hell of a blocker.
So,
but listen, like I said, I understand your side, and hopefully you understand some of my side too. I mean, the OTAs is my time to shine. If I was drafted number 1 quarterback, okay, my time to shine. OTAs, whatever. But here's my question: with him getting benched twice, is that going to make him learn, or Poles isn't fucking around, or Eberflus?
A little bit of both. I think like this is the time you do it. Like you don't want he's your number 1 pick, but you don't want to treat him with kid gloves either. You want him to be ready, right? So like if they benched him versus just rotating him out for someone else in practice, dude, who knows what this reporter is? I mean, look, they gotta sell clicks. Does it sound better if Caleb rotated out with Tyson Bagent, or does it sound better if Caleb was benched? Which one are you clicking? You're clicking the second. So, but even if it is true, they did bench him, say, sit down, you're done for the day. Go reread the playbook, or go get some more mentoring, coaching, tutelage. That's, once again, I think that's great. They do it now, and versus, kit gloves, prima donna, look at our shiny toy, and then it comes out week 1 against a team that don't care. You know what I mean? So I think if you give them a little bit of that now, you better prepare them for the season.
Like I said, I I get your side. I really, like I said, everybody likes Caleb Williams because USC didn't have any offensive players, and Caleb Williams did all this shit. Look at and I guarantee the stars are in the OTAs, right? Correct? All our wide receivers are there.
Yeah.
You have a loaded offense, and you're getting benched when you're at USC. And
there's another side of that, though, Woody. Our defense is just hitting on cylinders right now.
Well, there's going to be better defenses than us out there.
Not many. In the division, none.
Like I said, if he does good, gets us. Like I said, I picked them to go 10-7, even though we have the 3rd, 4th easiest schedule in the league. I said 10-7. I'd be happy with that. That 10-7 might get us in the playoffs.
I think, yeah. I mean, I'd be happy with that too, to be honest with you. I'm happy. I want, and Mike said, Mike says, watch Claypool be a stud in Buffalo. Well, Mike, if you're watching, like I said, he is a stud. He's being a stud right now in Buffalo.
Great example. Charles Leno Jr. What's up, Yoli? Please come on the show. Talk Packers with us. We want to talk other Packers stuff. But anyway, Charles Leno. Everybody in Chicago hated that prick. Okay? He's a stud in Washington. Pro Bowl his first year. So I wouldn't be surprised if Claypool does good because Diggs isn't there anymore. You only got Davis and Claypool.
Oh, you got Keon. I love Keon.
But watch Claypool, turn it up because he's probably going to be number 2 there. You think about it, maybe 3.
Or number 1. Number 1. I mean, Mustapher stud in Baltimore.
I brought that up too. I was like, this prick as a center, man. Oh my God, he's tough.
But sometimes that happens. You get a change of scenery, different offensive scheme, different coaching, and then you respond better to it. With the situation with Caleb, I get where you're at too, and I think there's a little bit of pause because I was like, okay, man, are you not grasping it? On the flip, though, I could be like, man, our defense is just on point because it's not like it's you or me back there slinging the rock. This kid's good. Like he's really good from at the college level. He destroyed people. He was really good, and our defense is just clean as clock. And I'm happy that our defense is clean as clock for two reasons. One, he's getting that Hard Knocks lesson before we get put on Hard Knocks. Two, our defense is already, stepping it up, and they're just picking up where they left last year and throwing it down. And I like that aspect of it. And, so if you think about it, it's like iron sharpens iron, right? It's kind of like Sauce Gardner and what's his name in New York, that two premier players who practice against each other every day, making each other better. So I like that. Iron sharpens iron. So if our defense is given the wide receiving core and Caleb fits, great. It's going to make them both better overall, no matter who the quarterback is.
Only time will tell.
Yep. I'm a new sub. What do you mean you're a new sub? Please explain. And while he's doing that, let's take a quick break. We're gonna take a quick break because, as you guys know, we're on Roku. We're on Fire TV now. Very easy. In fact, I just hooked up 2 Roku TVs yesterday in the RV, and I just went to the search function. I didn't even have to finish typing Huddle, and the app showed up, same as it did on Fire Stick. Super easy. You got our shows on demand. You've always got some kind of sports podcast on. Some great other podcasters from other teams and other sports. Even we got wrestling. We got some guys to talk. We'll talk some basketball. We got a hockey show. John Dorn is going to be doing his soccer show here eventually. But we're going to take about a 92-second break, and Woody and I will be back with you. Keep the comments coming.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
Okay, Ron, I get it. He said, I'm a new sub. I'm like, you a subber? He's like, no, I'm a new subscriber. He subscribed. Thank you for subscribing, Ron. Woody and I are old. Well, we're older, I should say. Yeah, Yoli. We haven't seen you on camera yet, Yoli. She watches everything, dude. She was on last night on Prim and Proper. She was on with us. She's everywhere. Yoli has an army, man.
It's like the Sarah, the Viking fan, when I was on with the Lions show during the day. She was always commenting, and can't find her no more.
Yeah, we're missing a certain Bears fan who's on every morning on Ken and Ken, and he's not here tonight. I'll have to ask about that in the morning show. The morning show guys are great because the comments drive the show. I mean, sometimes we just keep posting comments, just kind of like, except when you get like, some of the known people, who are on other shows.
Ken and Rob
like
laugh.
Nick.
That's my goal. I like to make Ken and Rob laugh, especially when I'm driving and when I'm on the show.
We had a fun talk today. I mean, it's hard. We were talking about other things, not specific team. Actually, we talked about the entire league, AFC North, NFC North. Probably the best 2 divisions in football coming into the season. It looked that way.
Yep. NFC North. It's going to be interesting to watch.
You know what's funny about that, Mike? I got asked that yesterday by Sonia too, because she asked me how I felt. I said, so my response to Sonia was, once we made the deal, because I was in the Keep Justin camp. I said, once we made the deal, to me, here comes Dan. Good evening, Dan.
Dan, just say, Woody, I agree with you.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. I mean, to me, it's that Ryan had to think in order to make that move. He had to think that whoever he was going to draft, be it Caleb or whoever, and it was Caleb, was better than Fields is now and had a higher ceiling. But Fields going to Pittsburgh. I mean, polls did him right. Here are the teams that want to trade you. Where would you like to go? I want to go to Pittsburgh. And there's already talk out of Pittsburgh that he could relegate Russ to the bench. You know, wasn't me.
I hope he's good this year, so we get that 4th round pick. Play 52% of the time, 51%. Please
do.
Caleb better be the man, Mike. You wanted him.
I mean, I won't be mad if Justin flourishes in Pittsburgh. I mean, if we both do good, then it worked out for everyone. There's no reason to get butthurt. I mean, yeah, we could always go. We could have kept him and traded out and gotten all these picks. But then who knows if we're, I mean, it's always those what ifs. But I mean, look at if we both do well, if Caleb plays as expected and Justin becomes the quarterback that we think he was meant to be, that we started seeing flashes of, then fine. I mean, then it works out for everyone. I mean,
who knows?
It's not against the rules.
Maybe it'll be like Cordell Stewart was in Pittsburgh.
Oh yeah, Slash, good old Slash.
Good God. But yeah, I mean, I wish him the best, and even though he's across state, but I wish him the best. And if he thrives, he thrives. I guess Chicago wasn't the good scenery for him.
With the taxes they got.
No, so Dan, I want to ask you this question quick, all right?
Uh-oh.
Me and Ken think differently. What do you think about Caleb Williams getting benched during OTAs?
I don't know. I mean, it's OTAs.
Oh, yep, you agree with him.
Oh, I'm sorry, Woody. The bromance, I guess, is over.
No,
you saw here. The bromance has ended. Dan has disagreed with Woody. This breaking news bombshell from Halas All Report. You saw it here first. The bromance is ever. I like what Mike said. This is interesting, but it would have never worked. Should have kept it. Had a QB battle. I mean, there would have been. Could you imagine if your quarterback room would have been Caleb, Justin, and Bagent?
I mean, we gave him away for nearly nothing. Might as well kept them.
Yeah, but the money aspect, that's
I
think Mike told me we're at 21 or almost 22 mil.
I thought it was 20.
But Dan, was that you or was that Bear Down Mike in the chat that was saying that there's been talk about a possible deal with Yannick in the works?
I think Mike said that.
Was that Bear Down Mike? And that's something we've been postulating a little bit. I mean, look, it makes sense. Here's the question though. Last year we paid him what, 10.5 mil? Do we pay him? Does he command that same salary coming into this year as he did last year?
No.
So what would you think his value contract wise should be if the Bears are going to re-sign Yannick?
Oh man, I'd be a fucking asshole.
6-7 million.
Yeah, I say 6. I was going to say 6 million.
Nobody
else wants them. Nobody else wants them.
Right. What about a base of 6 to 7 with incentives that can get him up to 10?
Yeah,
sack total, stuff like that.
Give him some
games
played. Play well. Yeah.
Jeez, Mike is worse than you two.
I said million. When I was in Wildwood and I did the show, I said, yeah, give him $1 million.
There you go. Okay, now Bear Down's now 7 million. So we're all in that 6 to 7 mil, maybe incentives to get him to 10. But that would give us about, let's say we did that would give Poles about between 10 to 13 mil to work with for injury signings and maybe make a deal at the deadline. Because that's the thing. Well, we got 23 million. We can spend it all. No, you can't.
I thought we were at 28 million.
Mike, are you by a computer? Can you look it up? I mean, I could.
What do you want to bring?
I thought we were at 20.
How much cap space do we got right now? Now I'm getting numbers like it raining down from everywhere. It's 21, it's 23, it's 28.
Oh well, I guess I'm usually wrong. So
I'll be wrong. Dan's gonna tell us. Depends if over the cap's been updated though too. because we got the June 1st cuts and all that kind of stuff coming up. All right. Oh, hey. Oh, my God. Look who it is. From a rooftop somewhere in the Rockford area. So, yeah, Buck says 22 mil. Producer Mike chiming in from a rooftop
with Rob.
With Rob, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
No, polls won't hire him, or it won't.
Yeah, I'd rather go back to Ngakoue because he played really good when Sweat got here, and then he got hurt. Did you find out, Dan? All right, let me do it. Let me go to.
Well, Justin Jones did pretty good too with Sweat there, and they gave him up.
20 total top 51 cap space. It says 22 million, $760,000.
22 mil.
Yeah.
Yeah, 22. Yeah, that's over the cap. And let me see 2025 real quick while I'm here. 61 million in cap space next year. DJ Moore being the final year of his contract, though. So
if he has another great year, you give him the fucking haul.
And then, of course, Keenan Allen and his $18 million salary, $23 million cap hit, comes off. So obviously, if you resign him, maybe you don't do it at $23 million.
Yeah, you said roughly 22, so you're wrong, pal.
Yeah, you said roughly. Yeah, Mike. I mean, look at. I know you and Rob are
smart. If you were so fucking smart, you'd be on the show.
2281. Okay. Anyone? 2281. 22 this year, 81 next year, with 61 next year. But yeah, no, Caleb and Rome. No, they've already signed their contracts, so they wouldn't be practicing.
Yeah, no. Maybe Caleb didn't get signed because he got benched. Jared Goff, you serious?
Man, that Mike.
Actually, maybe he didn't sign his contract yet.
I haven't heard nothing about him signing.
I don't see it on here.
No problem.
No, they don't have it on over the cap. So his contract, Noah Rome's are counting yet. So yeah. So when those two come in, we're gonna be down a bit. We might not have as much money to spend as we thought. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. We have to look into that. Gee.
Wow.
Yeah, hey Mike, pennies off. Only look at closely counts and hand grenades and horseshoes. Okay.
Yeah.
Pennies
off. I'll have a player fucking hold out.
I mean, pennies off, and we could end up like the Detroit Lions and have to raise banners for winning division titles once every 30-some years. Okay.
Making the playoffs, winning a playoff.
Yeah, making the playoffs. We might have to have a banner for that too.
Yeah.
I want to know something about what the Lions. We're going to bite kneecaps. Why are they on their knees to be able to be biting kneecaps to begin with? I'm just saying.
I can't say nothing because we say bear down. So.
Oh, look, it's like catnip. A Lions fan comes on and there's John Dorn. It's like catnip. I smell a Lions fan. I'm sure he'll come with his other saying pretty soon.
Have to use Google.
Hey, I went over the cap. I didn't use Google.
I didn't use Google either.
Okay, so yeah, about 10 million. Thank you, Bear Down Mike. So yeah, I mean, depends on how much. If 7 million leaves them a little bit, depends how they structure some deals, because you got to have some money left over for injury signings if there's injuries, and if you want to make a move at the trade deadline, you still got to stay in under cap. I mean, it's not like you can trade for Joey Bosa and be 10 million over the cap after the trade, and the NFL's like, oh, okay. No, you still got to be under the cap. So they're gonna have to do some work yet, but that's funny though. I like that. Keenan Allen's not that old. How much would we be on the hook cap wise if we trade for Max? Ooh,
yeah. No.
Well, I mean, oh wait, before I answer that, there's John. There we go. Thank you, John. There you go, main event, Mike. John's here for you. Over the cap is using Google. He says.
Jesus Christ, Mike.
Yeah, I know. Really?
It's like you run
So,
the-
okay. Max Crosby deal. What's Max? Well, let's see what Max is getting paid. Probably 20. No, he's getting paid.
Let
Shit.
me look it up on my sport tracks. Hold on.
Max Crosby edge. There we go. What's his deal? This is over the cap. His deal this year for 2024 is 19 mil. So, if what week's the trade deadline? Is that like week 9, 10, somewhere around there? Week 8? Figure at least half of that. Let's say for sake of argument, half of it, so 9 mil. But his cap hit, there's just 12 million. So I'd be like roughly 12. The salary is 19. His cap is 24.
Yep.
But you figure you'd have to give up a truckload to get him. You're not giving up draft picks. There's going to be some players involved. So that's a pipe dream, though.
It says Crosby's current deal has new money average of 23.5 million.
Yeah, that's right, because he just got an extra $5 million this year. So, yeah, you're not going to get him for a first and third either, JoJo. You're just not.
And he's signed till 2026.
Bears should bring back Leonard Floyd.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
No, I mean Floyd's still out there though. I mean, he's still got some. I understand why LA didn't bring him back with Donald leaving. There's like, fuck it, we're gonna strip it down to the bones on defense and build it back up.
Listen, Leonard Floyd, I fucking love that pick. Love that fucking pick. But he just when he went to the Rams and oh man, he was tearing it up in with the Rams too. But you know, Rams with Aaron Donald gone and stuff like that. I mean,
but even at his, I mean, how old is he now? He's right around 30.
Yeah, he's right around. Yeah.
I mean, him with Montez Sweat, for him, that's no different than being with AD, is it? So I mean, AD is probably a better player, granted, but I mean, it would be an upgrade. Would it be an upgrade over Ngakoue?
Yeah, because Leonard Floyd would. I think he would prove more than Yannick would. My opinion.
So could that theoretically, Dan, be a surprise move that you hear rumors about them talking to Ngakoue, but in comes Leonard Floyd for a reunion?
You know what I would take Leonard Floyd in a fucking instant over Yannick, no doubt.
Yeah, but Mike, I wonder what his what's his SPO track for Floyd? What's his value? That would be interesting to see what Leonard Floyd. All right, what's his SPO track? And it'll give me his age and everything, so I can answer that question right off the bat. So okay, so he is 31 years, 271 days, so he'll be 32 this year.
Wow,
9 years in the league. Doesn't
even fucking feel he was in the league for 9 years. You think about it.
Wait, are you kidding me? He signed. Why they're showing him?
Yeah, he
signed with San Francisco. Yeah. So that's not going to happen. How much did he get? He didn't get much. He got 12. Okay, I mean that's a good contract for him. Yeah. So no Floyd, and he's an outside linebacker. You'd have to convert to an edge, I guess. So yeah, maybe Yannick.
God damn.
Man, see, look at JoJo just. Oh, let me go to JoJo here. Judon for a third of the deadline.
That's another one. He's sick.
Yeah, Doran, I don't think anyone's realized that Floyd went there. That was a sneaky, quiet sign that we all missed somehow. It's multiple years, though, Mike. I just looked it up. The SPO track on Floyd, but so he's under contract next year. Void years in 26, 27, and 28. So he can be a UFA in 26 if voided.
Yeah, he's gonna be too old then.
Yeah, he got himself a nice little deal. But yeah, Dorn, I think we were all just shocked by that one. Like, really, Floyd signed? We didn't even hear that one, because we've been talking about San Francisco with depleted defense, and here they got Leonard Floyd. You know, maybe they're not as depleted as we thought they were. Little
Okay,
sneaky little
Dennis.
bastards. Yeah, sneaky little bastards in San
Sound like
Francisco.
Dennis fucking Green, right there.
They are who we thought they were.
Wow. Hey, I want to talk about this a little bit too. Hopefully Rome works out. You know, his agility. He's, you know, we're all expecting high of him. Do you guys think that if he works out, that he'd be a clear number 2 and keep Keenan Allen at the slot? That's at his best season.
I'd be fine with that. I think the Bears are in a great position that they have 3 guys that can move around the field.
Right.
So,
but Keenan Allen had his best year last year as a slot receiver.
Yeah. Then put Rome in the 2 slot and keep Keenan in the slot. I think that makes perfect sense. The only problem with Keenan in the slot is you got to worry about injuries. He only played 12 games that way last year, but super productive. But you got to protect him, because if he goes down for any amount of time, then you really, you know what I mean. We're starting lineup is strong. What's your depth at wide receiver now? Scott, who my son loves. Now look at, if his hands got better, if he gets better from rookie year to this year, okay, because maybe last year was just some rookie year whatevers. Then if Scott can step up in that time, then yeah.
I rather have Pettis before Scott.
Or Pettis. I mean, yeah. I mean, but if one of those guys could step up into the slot, if he gets injured, then I'm good. And you know what? I'm actually good with. I love to see they run a Hon. What that? Fourth and Herbert to get Mac back. Yeah, no, thank you.
But you know what? I think that would be an upgrade over Yannick, though.
Yeah, it would be. But the cap room required is not going to happen. But I mean, I love to see Shane wind up with, I say, DJ at 1, Rome at 2, Keenan at slot on a series, right? And then the next series, before you think you go to line up, and now you're staring down Keenan at 1, right? DJ at 2, Rome in the slot. And then you go to the next series and Rome's at 1. And you're like, because DJ can play the slot too. I mean, these guys, that's how talented this wide receiver. They could really mess with coverage.
You know what? I think Rome is. You know, I'm used to seeing slot receivers like small, quick. Rome is a big boy. Nobody realizes that.
He's a true number 1 size. He's got number 1 size and ability. They all do. All 3 do. I mean, that's the problem. I think that Shane Waldron could do with this offense. You could see you can mix it up. You know, Dan, you're at 1. Woody, you'll be at 2. Ken, you're in the slot. Okay, next play. Hey, Ken, you're at 1. Woody, you're in the slot, or I mean, whatever. You can mix it up. And how do you prepare for that unless you're playing man?
And then where do you throw the tight ends in this? Because each passing play, these boys are going to be open.
Yeah,
across the middle, deep. We got to worry about. Hopefully, he spreads it around to the tight ends as well.
Let's say you have Komet on the right side, right off the line, and then you have Swift in the backfield, and you have a 3 receiver set. That's 5 potential passing targets right there. One of them is going to be open.
Absolutely,
one of them is going to be open for sure, because you can't double them all, and they all have the ability to beat people. And that's what's so weird about this Bears team, man. Like, here we are still talking, even though we talked about defense, thinking we'll talk defense, we're still coming back to talking offense on this team.
I hope Waldron has a wide playbook, a new playbook for all these guys. Don't bring that Bears playbook back in. Make up your own.
I mean, think about that. Like, how many teams can you think of in the NFL that's had a wide receiver trio? Usually it's a duo, Waddle and Tyreek, something like that. But now they've got OBJ in there too. They're another 3-headed monster. Usually you get a 2-headed monster. Minnesota, 2-headed monster.
Well, actually, Minnesota has 3. I mean, Osborne is a pure talent wide receiver. And then you got Addison, had a great rookie year, and we all know what Justin Jefferson does.
True. But I would say they'd be 1B to the Bears 1A in that regard, though. Detroit has 1.5. I'm counting JMO as a half until you can prove otherwise.
Well, they got JMO, they got St. Brown, they got Raymond, Laporta. Their offense is still going to be high. And then you got to put Gibbs in there because he's a hell of a back.
But I mean, we're talking receiver rooms. Laporta's a tight end, or we're just talking straight up receiver.
Just wide receiver.
Straight up receivers. How often do you see teams that have that deep of a triple threat? Usually, you have two really good ones and you can have an above average to decent third, right? But you never have three legit ones. We have three legit ones. Miami has three legit ones.
Like I said, don't rush it. Rome's still got to prove himself. Just remember, down the street, my daughter went to high school at the same high school as Kevin White. We remember Kevin White.
Well, okay, let's put it this way: if the Packers drafted a Dunze, would he be their number one this year?
Oh yeah, definitely.
If New York Giants drafted a Dunze, would he be their one this year?
Did they draft Neighbors too?
Yeah. No, well, if Neighbors will be their number one, right? Yeah. So Dunze will be their number one. If Carolina drafted him, would he be their number one?
Yep.
Over half the teams in this league, he would be the number one right now. So that's why I say that. I mean, yeah, we've got two guys yardage-wise, ability-wise, have already proven they are number one or have number one ability. Rome appears to have it coming out of the draft. So, I mean, dude, it's just weird that we're talking Bears offense. And, Lions fans are going to talk their smack, and sort of Packers and Vikings fans. But the fact that they're all talking about Bears offense all the time, completely ignoring the defense, is just mind-boggling. Because the defense,
all the other teams in the NFC North, they better change their defensive playbook as well. Getting ready.
Well, Green Bay is right. They're going from a 3-4 to 4-3 and think that they're going to be a top 15, top 10 defense, making it in a transition year. How many times have we seen in a transition year a team even break the top 20 on a transition year when you're going from 3-4 to 4-3 or vice versa? It's usually a full season transition. The first half of the year, there are going to be some yelling, talking heads coming out of Green Bay.
Well,
and then they'll get better.
When did we transition?
It took 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It took a season and a half, really, for the Bears to make a good, solid transition. It's going to take Green Bay at least the season. I'm like, they'll get better by week 9, 10. They'll come off their bye week, whenever that is, better than they were at week 1, 2, 3. But Packer fans, your offense is good, but their defense is going to struggle at the beginning of the year, especially as they transition. Because let's face it, camp doesn't prepare you. Yeah, you'll learn where you're supposed to be, but to your game speed, relearning muscle memory. I think the only advantage they have to transition a little bit faster is the fact they are so young. That might work in their favor.
They did a great job last year with that young team.
Man, look at it. JoJo will be coming up with trades. All right, Jeffrey Simmons for a second, fourth of the deadline, and kick Gervon Dexter out. No. Okay, defensive end. Ooh. Let's see how these guys do first. Let's see if we do. I think honestly, JoJo, I thought Yannick did fantastic work for being the only guy in the beginning of the year who could do anything pressure-wise. Gervon came on. Yeah, I just saw that. Yeah.
Wow,
I mean,
these guys aren't young anymore.
When Montez Sweat came to this team, Ngakoue was a lot better. Because before, they could just key in on Ngakoue because that's all we had. But Dexter, being a rookie, got better. I think we bring Ngakoue back with Dexter's improvement and Sweat. I think they get tons of pressure. I think Ngakoue has a lot bigger year in Chicago than they did last year if they bring him back. I don't know what you think.
He still's got to prove to stop the run.
He was better on that, though, last year. He was better on that last year. That was surprising. He wasn't getting pass rushing, but he was better on the run, but they weren't getting any pressure. Remember every game, like, where's the pressure?
Yep.
And then when Sweat showed up, he started to help on the pressure a lot more because he wasn't getting doubled and tripled anymore. Because now they had to do it to Sweat. I mean, Sweat's by far much better, but I mean, I would not be against bringing in Ngakoue. At depending on where we are record-wise at the trade deadline, we're obviously not going to be selling. But I don't know how much. If we're in one of those, if we're way better than we all expect at 10 games, and let's say we're looking like we're going to win 12 or 13, maybe Poles goes and makes a splash to get us across the finish line. But I don't know. Are we at that point yet, guys?
No.
I don't think so. Dan, do you?
No.
I was waiting for Dan to disagree with both and said, yeah, you motherfucker. He going to the Super Bowl this year. He going to do what Big Ben did and win the Super Bowl as a rookie. I don't know what y'all be thinking. Oh, my God. Really, Mike?
Wow. I think he's sniffing that windshield wiper fluid, and when he tries to change that spark plugs, my God.
Yeah. Maybe that tranny fluid.
Wow.
He's doing something. He's smelling some of the fumes coming out of that car. Gotta love Bear Down Mike, though. I mean, hey, Dennis Gentry might still be available.
Yeah, I know. Wow.
I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll have to wait and see. I'm surprised that Ngakoue is still out there. There's a couple other guys out there still. I think people are waiting for June 1st. June 1st, maybe we'll see some extensions and stuff. But some people seem to think that's when Jordan Love's extension is going to happen. That's when JJ's is going to happen in Minnesota. And I guess they're not even talking to old T. Higgins out there. And they haven't talked to him in a year. A report came out. They said Mike just said he's having fun, wink, wink. There was a report I saw today that they haven't talked to T. Higgins in a year about an extension. Signed the tender sheet or don't play.
Well, I guarantee if Jamar Chase is not having the seasons like he's supposed like he's having, they would have signed T. Higgins to a long-term contract already.
I think they're a little trying to figure out their financial situation, though, too. A lot of teams are. We figured the Netflix deal, Ken and I figured it out on the morning show. It breaks out to $7 million per team for the Netflix deal. Okay. But then out of that, you got to take the NFL's got to get their cut. So let's say they take $2 million per team. $64 million goes to the NFL of that deal. That leaves each team with about $5 million. So you're looking at what, $3 to $4 million of that goes to the cap. $1 million goes into team operations, profit, margin, whatever. So maybe but think about that deal. People, oh my God, all this Netflix money, that only affects the cap by maybe anywhere from $2 to $4 million. That's it. That's nothing. I mean, it's still an add-on, but really, it's not that. People seem to think it's going to go up $20 more million because Netflix. On the morning show, we broke down. We kind of talked about that, how much it costs to run a team. Real quick, because we only got about a minute left. The Minnesota Vikings last year, I believe, brought in $600 million. Their profit, $99 million. That's it. The rest of it, team operations, scouts, travel, per diem, you name it. It's ridiculous.
Well, we hope their stadium doesn't fall in again, the roof.
Yeah. No shit. So, well, fellas, we had an interesting conversation today. Not much going on. Of course, we may or may not be back this Sunday. We took last Sunday off for the holiday. We'll have to talk.
For your service?
No, thank you. That's not. Yeah, this weekend wasn't my weekend. That's coming up in November. This weekend was for all the guys who paid that ultimate price, so we can do what we're doing right now.
Right.
But hey, everyone have a safe week. We'll see you at Ken in the morning tomorrow morning, and we have a special guest from Prim and Proper coming on. Sonia will be on. She is a Carolina Panthers fan, so we have a lot to talk about with her. Yep. We'll see you all later. Everyone have a great night. Bear down.
Bear down.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.